Yo, what is up guys? Anthony here, back with another Destiny Child video, and in today's video everyone, we're going to be overviewing the Destiny Child Kasumi World Boss Guide, brought to you by TKS Glass from the Destiny Child Global Reddit of course, and of course the Discord servers as well. Now before we head into it, I just wanted to give a huge thank you to Glass and anyone who may have worked on this guide as well, as it's a huge help to the community and the beginners heading into World Boss Trials, Ragnar breaks, etc., and any other guides they do provide. So a huge thank you to them, and all of the links to the Discords and of course this Reddit post will be in the description box below of this video, so be sure to check it out and say thank you for the guide. But anyways everyone, here on the screen we do have of course the Kasumi World Boss Guide. Now we'll be overviewing the comments that Glass did make in the comment section below before we head into the guide. Alright everyone, so as you can see in the comments, we do have some notes here brought to you by Glass of course. We do have the first one here. The boss has focus, 100% crit and 100% hit, and a self speed buff on slide. She has poison and a stun when critting on her tap skill. You really need Allure to keep buffs off of her. Next up here we do have, you want to avoid using poison cleanse if you can. Poison the units don't attack her during fever, and she will only poison front row, meaning more hits for your attackers. Obviously you do use it if you can't survive without it. Next up here we do have, if you have more than 3 attackers, Newbie Mona becomes a viable drive, as her drive buffs random wood type attackers. Next up here we have Lei Fang, which of course will be a collab unit brought to the game with this event. Lei Fang outscales wood batteries minus defense debuffs at +6, and her drive has Allure. You can consider driving her on loop if your team has no Allure, meaning no Wood Citri or no Catherine. This won't be good, but it can help keep you alive. And we also do have here some perfectly viable 5-star attackers were not included to make a room for 4-star units for newer players. Most of them will fall between the last 5-star units and the first 4-star units. So of course this last comment does mean that some other wood type attackers that aren't featured in the guide will of course have tons of use, as we do have other wood type attackers that Glass did not feature, as of course they wanted to give some 4-star options for the newer players of Destiny Child. And of course, last but not least here, we do have the guide corrections. Limos should be set to tap if she is used. She was placed along with Wood Citri and Catherine for her ability to steal buffs with her tap skill, but the tap icon was forgotten for her. It'll be added for the final version of the guide post patch notes. So of course there are all of the notes brought to you by Glass, and of course we do have the guide corrections for the Limos. So be sure to pay attention to this comment and feel free to check out the link below to this post if you guys would like to overview it on your own time. Alright everyone, so of course after overviewing the notes and corrections by Glass, we of course do have the Kasumi World Boss Guide here featured on the screen now. So of course, as we normally do with the World Boss Guides, we'll be starting out here at the top row and then moving down into the bottom row, and of course overviewing the Carta recommendations and ending off with the notes here on the top right, and of course the drive skill recommendations. Now of course before we start out the guide, I just wanted to let you guys know, of course we do have the units priority here at the top. Of course we do have the highest priority of units, and at the bottom we do have the lowest priority. Now of course the lowest doesn't mean that the unit is useless, as of course all of these units were placed here for a reason, as they do have uses for the Kasumi World Boss Trial, etc. So of course everyone, at the top left here we do have the barrier, which of course is 0+. We do have Mars here at the top, Dana here, and Epona. As for the regen here, we do have 1+ units. We have Mott here at the top, followed by 4-star Letta, and of course we do have a group here of poison cleanse units. We do have Willow here at the top, Pallas here on the left. On the right of Pallas we do have Pomona, and at the bottom we do have Bast and Rado, the 4-star units. As for the speed plus tab here, we do have 3+. We have Senga here at the top with a recommendation of slide and tap for her skill order. Next up here below her we do have Newbie Mona, followed by Brownie, and of course we have Thisbe here at the bottom. For the crit tab here we do have 1+. We have Pantheon here at the top, Melifo 4-star unit here right below him, and of course we do have Ganesha here at the bottom. As for the damage tab here, we do have a recommendation of 2. We have Light Citri here at the top, followed by Bikini Lisa, and of course normal 3-star Lisa here at the bottom. As for the extend tab here, we do have a recommendation of 1 to 2 units. We have Thetis here at the top, followed by Lewin. And for the last tab here on the top row, we do have the skill defense minus, which of course has a recommendation of 2. We do have Oracle Werewolf here at the top with a recommendation of slide into tap for her skill order, and Sun Beach Mona here directly below her. Moving into the bottom row here on the left side, we do have weak point here with a recommendation of 2. We do have self-depreciating Navi here at the top. Directly below, we do have Midas here, followed by Persephone. As for the attackers tab here, we do have a recommendation of 3+. We do have Siren here at the top with a recommendation of tap for her skill order. We do have Abaddon here to the right of her with a recommendation of tap. Next up here on the left second row, we do have Ayane, followed by Jakangbi here on the right of her. Right below Ayane, we do have Krampus, followed by Daphnis here to the right. Below Krampus, we do have Eohade. On the right hand side of Eohade, we do have Tisiphone here with a recommendation of tap for her skill order. Right below Eohade, we do have Amor here, the 4-star wood type attacker. And of course here to the right, we do have Tristan here as well. For the defense minus column here, we do have a recommendation of 2, with the top being Leifang here. Next up here, we do have Bathory here directly below her, followed by Jupiter, and of course Fresia here, the 4-star units. For the poison column here, we do have a recommendation of 0 to 1 units. We have Salome here at the top, followed by Eve. For the buff minus here, we do have a recommendation of 1 unit. At the top here, we do have Fluttering Citri, the wood type debuffer, followed by Catherine, and of course Lemos here at the bottom. For the drive minus, we do have a recommendation of 1 unit. At the top, we do have Babel, followed by Lanfei. And for the Mystic units here, we do have Iphis here at the top with a recommendation of tap for her skill order, followed by Rita, and of course Neptune here at the bottom. For the Carta recommendations here on the right hand side, we do have a recommendation of the Buffet 5-star Soul Carta here for your main poison units. We do have the Today I'm Nice Moa here as a poison recommendation as well, if you would like to use a 4-star Soul Carta if the Buffet Soul Carta isn't available for you. Next up here, we do have the front line recommendations for Soul Cartas. Of course, first up here, we do have the Forbidden Fruit 5-star Soul Carta. And of course, to the right hand side, we do have the Showtime Soul Carta 5-star recommendation as well. As for the attacker units, we do have a recommendation of the new Soul Carta that is expected to be released with the upcoming DOA collab. And of course, we do have 2 other 5-star Soul Cartas here that are recommended, which of course would be the special training for useless demons, and of course the Under the Roses Soul Carta here on the far hand right side. Alright everyone, so after going over the top and the bottom row guide as well as the Soul Carta recommendations, at the top here I just wanted to overview the icons and what they mean. Of course, we do have the upwards arrow here, which does mean a potential boost unit for the Kasumi World Boss. Of course, we do also have the blue star here, which does mean a recommendation for leader skill. And we do have the red tire here, which of course means a recommendation for a drive skill rotation. Now for the tips here, we do have the first one here, which of course is 1x game speed, may improve your overall damage. Second of all here, we do have fire units that cannot survive, should be moved to the back row. Third of all here, we do have if your team doesn't have a lore, you may need your heals in the back row. Fourth of all, we do have HP/defense on front row, attack/AGL or attack/crit on the back row for your equip recommendations. Fifth of all here, we do have all skills should be set to slide except otherwise noted by T or slide into tap. Sixth here, we do have make use of practice mode to test/optimize your team comp. Seventh of all here, we do have you can skip Eve/Salome, put Poison Carta on Thetis, and set Thetis to slide, tap, slide, slide, slide. Eighth of all here, we do have only the best 5-star attackers are shown. Some were left out for 4-star units for newer players. And last but not least here, we do have collab units / Carta may change when coming to the global side. Last but not least here, everyone, we do have the drive recommendations here on the guide. Of course, these aren't final, as we do have to do some testing when the world boss is actually released, but this is just a brief example of what you could potentially be using for the Kasumi world boss. We do have the recommendation here at the top left of the Sun Beach Mona drive into a Oracle Werewolf drive, and we also do have a Newbie Mona drive leading into a Sun Beach Mona drive. And on the right hand side, we do have a Leifing drive rotation leading into a Navi drive, and of course ending off with a Oracle Werewolf drive. So overall, everyone, that is the Kasumi World Boss guide in a nutshell. I'll be sure to leave the guide up on the screen right now if you guys would like to take a screenshot or look over the guide for yourself and try and write down which units you will be preparing for the upcoming trial, as it will be here soon. But anyways, everyone, that'll do it for today's Destiny Child video. Make sure to check out all of the links in the description box below leading to the Reddit post brought to you by TKS Glass, which of course was the Kasumi World Boss guide. So a huge thank you to them and anyone else who may have worked on the guide. Now of course, be sure to check out the Destiny Child global Discord server and the international server as well if you would like to. But anyways, everyone, with that being said, make sure to leave a like on this video if you did enjoy, and also make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so already and are enjoying the Destiny Child content. Now with all of that being said, I'll see you all in tomorrow's Destiny Child video. Thank you all so much for watching.